Hello my lovelies, today I wanted to show you my Beyoncé look number 2. So this is how I've done it. The turban she wears in the photo is actually a pre-made turban, it's not a scarf. It's from a brand that ranges from about €250 to about €450, and it's a French couture brand, which I'll post for you guys if you wanted to have a look at what they're currently doing. Amazing, right? Now this is a beautiful big scarf, which I'll show you in a minute, which I bought in a boutique store in Olinda, which is in the Dandenongs here in just outside of Melbourne. It's huge, it's a lot of fabric, it's a beautiful design, gorgeous pattern, but it wasn't €150 or €450. It was about $50, which when you see the design you'll understand that even though that's still a lot of money, totally worth it. So I'll show you how I did this wrap. So this is a photo shoot that Beyoncé did on her anniversary about 2 years ago, and it's breathtaking. I didn't actually, just by looking at the photos, I couldn't tell that it was a hat turban or a pre-made turban. It very much looked like a scarf to me. But yeah, so showing you all the angles. Let's get tying. Alrighty, so I've got my little stool here. Okay, so you can see this gorgeous scarf. Look at these patterns. Got full-on water droplets with hints of blue, just as the dark meets the light. I think it's more obvious on the other side. Look at that, just little greyish blues. Very thin fabric, as you can see. It's completely see-through if it's only thin, if it's only folded over once. But you've got the white half, which I've got underneath because I've got it folded in half. These beautiful flowers, they're gorgeous, with the bamboo in the background, and the other side just continues all the way around. Now I'm just going to make sure it's even. I've had to stand on a stool to show you guys this properly. I've got my velvet headband on. You don't have to have it for this type of fabric, but I've actually tried to do this on camera just before and it slipped right off, right in the middle of my twisting. Even though I wore it all day today with nothing but 2 bobby pins holding it. For some reason, maybe it's just because of the mirror I'm using, the angle of the head, I just couldn't get it tight enough. But definitely, if you're, especially if you're sort of a novice, just get a velvet headband. They're not tight, they've got quite a bit of movement inside. It's just the hairiness of the fabric that keeps everything intact, and what I really like is all these flyaways that everyone has at the front of their hair, on their hairline. It keeps them at bay too, so you know, there's nothing bothering you or becoming all staticky or anything like that during the day. So I've got this laid evenly, and I'll be tying it just at the nape. I've got my hair in a braid using a scarf. So I've got my hair through the middle and 2 ends of the scarf. So scarf, hair, scarf, in a braid, in a bun, pinned down, just to get this bauble here. As you saw before, the design kind of sits high and back, a bit like a horse's mane or something very majestic like that. And I just felt that in order for it to sit well, I needed a bit more volume for it to cover. And the other thing I thought was, if I have such a long, thick, well, voluminous scarf, I might have too much tail if I don't have it. Turns out it would have been fine, but I still like the look of it, so it's really for the aesthetic. I would still recommend you either put some fabric at the back, or if you've got enough hair, just a little messy bun would be fine. I just felt I needed more, which I didn't, but that's fine. So I'm going to try and highlight the white as I tie this, flip this across. Just like that, just for a bit of contrast. Put a bit of yellow poking out, a bit of green. Oh, scarf. So I could do it this way. I'll just show you. And what I'd end up with this almighty, beautiful, decorative bit there. Just keep twisting, just keep twisting, just keep twisting. And then, whoops, fall off my little pedestal here. And then tuck away. And I'm just going to layer it so that it sits through the middle somehow. I quite love this feature. Just kind of gives that shape to the face. I'm just going to show you what it would be like if you do it the other way. If you go underneath, this bit gets flattened. And you still get a bit of a design feature, but it's different. To be careful not to lift and shift. It ends up coming in from the other angle, so you still sort of get that, but it's just flat, and then the up happens a bit further back. So if that just suits your face better, do that. And twist, 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 twist. Now this is a very heavy scarf. There's a lot of fabric here, so I'm just conscious of it slipping off, but the velvet headband's doing a fantastic job of holding it in place. So I'll just go back here, go back to doing it the original way, which was, what was that way? No, that way. Gotta remember what I'm doing. Twist and twist. And now this time, because this one's for keeps, I'm going to try and bring out as much of the pink and green and yellow as I can. So I'm kind of doing a bit of a, so I'm kind of twisting the fabric as I twist around as well. First of all, it helps show all the colours. So pretty, the blues, the yellows, the pinks, the greens. But also it kind of strengthens the twist. So again, as soon as I flip over, pull this up a bit, you can always adjust. You never have to worry about getting wrong. There's always adjustments to be made. I'm just going to try and layer it through the centre there. And in fact, if you're worried about getting a headache, you can take half the tail one way and the other half of the tail perhaps the other way. I'm just adjusting a little bit just to clean this up. So if I want this more taut, I can have it more taut. Just pull it up into the design a bit. Oh, that's cool. I like how it's just giving that shape through here. And showing the colours through here. And it feels really secure. I'm really loving this feature there. But just this scarf, can we just take a moment to appreciate all these colours? We're very lucky in Melbourne. We do have a lot of really beautiful accessory type boutique shops. You just got to be lucky to know to come across them. But there's always department stores. There's always scarves. I mean, we do live in Melbourne. The weather changes 3 times a day, so something like a scarf is something Melburnians do wear, so they're available. Look at that. Alright, if you'd love to see more tichels or makeup or my takes on celebrity head wraps, things like that. I'd love you to subscribe. Thank you so much for coming along on the journey, and I'll see you next time.